The second part of your consumerism, that is what known as utility analysis. Already we discussed the concept of demand. The second part is that utility. So why we are buying a product, why we are having some product in your pocket or in your hands or in your home, there's a reason behind that. That is what known as utility analysis. So utility means the want satisfying power of a product. For example, you are using headset. This has a power to give you a clear-cut audio to your particular ear through the device. So these headsets have the capacity for giving a clear-cut audio. Laptop you are using now, mobile phone you are using now. So all have the purpose of giving something like some stimuli to your sensory organs. When you're using a laptop, you are getting some pictures, you are getting something like audio and some graphics, animation, etc. etc. So all these methods have some capacity for giving some information to your brain. So for every product in the world have some want satisfying power. That is what known as utility. Utility is the want satisfying power of a product. For example, you are having a pen and writing on a particular paper. So what is the utility here? The pen has the capacity for writing on a white paper. That is why we are using this particular pen. A pen without ink means no more usage, no more utility. So utility is a want satisfying power of a product, or which has the capacity for satisfying the need of a customer. One sense is that according to product sense, the power of that particular product to give you satisfaction. For example, a pen has the capacity for writing on a white paper. In other sense, in consumer's viewpoint, what is utility? It is the want satisfying power. When I am using that particular pen, I have getting a usage of getting some ink or some line or some words on my paper. So these both are giving a equal meaning that utility is nothing but a want satisfying power of product. So in economic sense, there are two categories of utility. One is cardinal utility and one is ordinal utility. The word indicating cardinal, which means utility is a variable that can be measured in terms of mathematical number. According to some economic thoughts of school like traditional or ancient, some others are still believing that utility is always a numerical variable that can be measured in terms of number. You can just note down utility is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is possible like that, that is what one is approach of utility. The second one is that cardinal utility approach. Ordinal utility approach. The first thing is cardinal, second thing is that ordinal. The difference is that under cardinalism, we are believing that utility is a numerical variable that can be measured in terms of mathematical numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second thing is that ordinal. According to that concept, utility is only a psychological variable that cannot be measured in numbers, but we can think about ranking, rating or ordering. This is the first one. This is the second one. For example, now you are watching different type of video through your sessions like LMS, whatever you are getting from different sources. So for example, you had a wonderful training programs like Bridge given by Muhammad Aikan sir and some different type of trainers. When you think about a ranking policy, so which one was better, like first rank, second rank, third rank, you can just give an order. That is because of your psychological concept. That is what we will go for that later in detail. The first thing is that cardinal approach. According to cardinalism, consumers are evaluating the level of satisfaction in terms of mathematical number. There are two types of theories under cardinalism. The first theory is that law of diminishing marginal utility or LDMU. We can shortly say that it is LDMU, indicating law of diminishing marginal utility. Also known as the theory of consumption first. The first theory of consumption. According to this theory, when the consumer is having continuous consumption of same type of unit of product, the level of satisfaction deriving from each commodity is keep on reducing. When a consumer is having same type of product for the purpose of satisfying their need, the level of satisfaction deriving from extra unit is keep on reducing. For example, assume that you are feeling hungry, you want to eat something. Here you can have some examples like a piece of bread or whatever something like your samosa or something eating item you are having. For example, suppose assume that you are feeling hungry, you are having first piece of bread. So what is the satisfaction given? That is what the first column, total utility, is giving a number. For example, something like you are getting a satisfaction of 10. 10 means, according to cardinalism, we can measure the level of satisfaction in terms of number. That is why I am giving you 10. You are having one more piece of bread, second piece of bread. You are getting it is 18. So 1 plus 1, 2. When you are consuming two pieces of bread, you are getting a satisfaction of 18. Which means the second piece of bread has the capacity for giving an extra satisfaction of 8. When comparing with the first, it is giving only 8. That is what the third column indicating marginal utility. Marginal means always additional. The additional level of satisfaction deriving by the additional level of consumption. See, when you are going for the third piece of bread, you are getting a total satisfaction of total utility of 25. 25 means the additional is equal to 7. How it is 7? 25 minus previous 18. So it became 7. When you are going for the fourth piece of bread, you are getting a satisfaction of, for example, 30. That 30 means the extra 5 is enlarged only by the consumption of fourth piece. That is what giving us a 5. So the third column is indicating marginal or additional satisfaction deriving from additional unit of consumption. When you are going for the next piece of bread, it is equal to 30. Because with the effect of 4 pieces of bread, your stomach is filled. You are almost filled with your stomach and there is no more hungry. That is what when you are having one more piece of bread, what is happening? There is no more change in your utility. See, when you are going for again the 6th piece of bread, what is happening? The level of consumption is getting reduced. See, that is going for a figure of negative, like 28 became minus 2. It is what known as the first theory of consumption, law of diminishing marginal utility. According to this theory, when a consumer is having continuous consumption of same unit, the level of satisfaction creating by additionally or marginal utilities keep on reducing. So here, this theory can derive 3 types of outcome. The first outcome as per the graph indicating when TU increases, MU is decreasing. What is TU? Total utility. What is MU? Marginal utility. When TU is keep on increasing, MU is keep on reducing. See one more thing. When TU is maximum, MU is equal to, see in the diagram, MU is equal to 0. When TU is maximum, MU is equal to 0. One more thing, when TU is getting, TU means don't confuse total utility. When TU is getting reducing, MU is negative. MU is equal to negative. So these 3 are the outcome regarding the first law of consumption. That is what? Law of diminishing marginal utility. So as a theory like this, which contains some assumption. For example, the first assumption, what can be that assumption? All the pieces of bread must be equal, right? One thing like salt, one thing sweet tea, one thing like big, no. Should be all the unit must be homogeneous, identical unit. The second thing is that there is no time interval. When you are having first piece of bread, think about a gap of half an hour, again second piece of bread, not possible. Think about first piece of bread and continuously second, third, fourth pieces of bread you have to eat. That is the second assumption, no time interval. The third thing is that customer must be rational. An average person, those who are satisfying their stomach with 4 or 5 slices of bread. That is what the next assumption. So the assumptions are going like this. That is the first theory of consumption or utility known as law of diminishing marginal utility.